Did it help you joining the new team, given that you got to take two of your former players with you?
It's kind of hard sometimes because I think they get too friendly with me. Like, hey, Grabbz, sorry. I'm like, dude, no, that doesn't fly here. Like, let's be a bit more professional. So it's kind of hard to find the balance between being a coach and being their friend, kind of, because of.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I'm sitting here with Grabbz from G2 Esports. Congrats on the win against Schalke. Does it feel good?
Obviously. I mean, it was a nail-biter. It wasn't pretty, but we take the win.
Even though it was like a 60-minute game, and for the most part of it, Schalke did look like they could take the win off you guys. What turned it around at the end?
I think both teams kind of misplayed a lot, very often. We were in the lead, then they were in the lead, then they threw, we threw. So overall, it was, again, an ugly game. But yeah, in the end, we were, I think, a bit more decisive, especially on top side when Shotcaller was out of position, we just instantly went. And especially with the comp we had, those are the moments we thrive on. And I'm glad the guys saw that moments in the game as well.
So in the early game, Nuke Duck pretty much obliterated Perks. In the late game, Perks gave back everything he had to take it in the early game, and then just deleted Nuke Duck several times. Yeah. What is it with this mid lane meta that you just end up playing champions who just insta-delete everyone? Isn't that kind of boring, maybe?
Yeah, it is boring, kind of. Hopefully the next patches will change that, but for now it's like kind of the Gallo, Zoe, Azir, Rice meta, and then everything else is kind of worse. LeBlanc, actually, we didn't play it against it in scrims, so it was like a shocker for a moment. We kind of knew how to handle it, though, but Perks is a player, of course, who always pushes his limits. That's something that, of course, can backfire like today, but usually he can outplay situations like that, so that's something we want him to do. Only today, on the early game, at least it didn't work out our way, but in the end, yeah, especially the queue for the super minion and normal minion was pretty. That was nice.
Yeah. Definitely. Now, how does it feel like to get to coach a EU mid lane king like Perks to work with him?
He is more relaxed than I thought in the beginning. He's hailed as the best Western mid laner for a long time now, and I thought, okay, he has to be a diva, right? If you hear every day how fucking insane you are, then you have to kind of believe it in that and like show it. But no, like he's very open to everything. We can have open discussions. What I especially like in players in G2 overall is they're not afraid to talk back. Like we actually have heated talks sometimes, but we're always very open to criticism. Like for me as a coach, the players and the other way around. So therefore, we're still improving every single day. And those kind of players, like not only Perks, right? We have only Jankos, First Blood King, Wanda, who was fantastic on Splice, my Rocket bot lane, who now is in G2 as well, who had some good moments. So yeah, all players are very productive and have good attitude towards the game, and as being a pro, so I'm very happy.
Did it help you joining the new team, given that you got to take two of your former players with you?
It's kind of hard sometimes because I think they get too friendly with me. Like, hey, Grabbz, sorry. I'm like, dude, no, that doesn't fly here. Like, let's be a bit more professional. So it's kind of hard to find the balance between being a coach and being their friend, kind of, because, of course, in the off-season, we talked a lot more. And now we have to cut back again because I don't like this relationship that the coach is their friend. So that was kind of awkward in the beginning. But I think right now we have a good balance and it works.
How hard is it to deal with some of the tweets they put out, especially the "what did" one?
I mean, the tweets are only the beginning. If you would know what happens in the house, then... So yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg, honestly. Like, I don't even care about the tweets anymore. Just the moment something happens and we're not in scrims, and I just see the ball for, like, even other players where, like, not everybody's kind of crazy in the head. So it's very lively, yeah, in the house, you could say so.
Yeah, we probably have to check out some of those G2 streams then, like Jankos and Wadid have already shown some highlights there.
Yeah, I mean, even then it's also like kind of tame. Like, also, guys, we start streaming now, don't be too crazy. Okay.
Oh boy, if you install like a camera in all those rooms, like in Big Brother or some of those TV shows, I'm pretty sure that would be a fun show to watch. Like definitely. The G2.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I guess you would have to pay for it because of the entertainment value. Nothing is for free. But yeah, it would be
except
fun.
Our content.
Exactly.
Now, does it add any pressure, especially at the start when you guys were 1-3, given that G2 has this massive legacy behind them, right? Like, if you guys don't win the split, you'll be the first iteration of G2 not to win a ULC split. Yeah. Does it add any pressure to you personally?
To me personally, not really. Okay. I think in this job, like as players and coaches, you have to have this innate confidence in yourself. And we all have that. So even being 1-3, we knew why we lost the games. Like one game, I entered the draft completely. Like that's just on me, and I can admit that. The other games we had a lead, like I think against Fnatic and Rocket, like 4 or 5K or something, and then we just made mistakes and we lost. So it never felt hopeless or like, why are we losing? We don't know, right? So we just keep the thoughts on the process, and then we will see where it takes us. G2 as an org as well, they're demanding, but also very understanding. So of course we want to be the best, and they also want us to be the number one team, but there's no actual pressure on us. It's just like, guys, perform, work the hardest you can, and then we see where we end up.
And of course, at the end of the day, summer split matters a bit more than spring split, even though it would be nice to go to MSI, for example.
I mean, I don't like those comparisons because every loss hurts. We want to win every game, so it doesn't matter to me if we win in spring or summer. Ideally, we win both. So I don't think about losing or which win is more important because every win is the same.
Is that the way you treat opponent teams as well, in terms of you don't differentiate between, say, I don't know, H2K and Vitality right now?
I mean, no, why would we? We always look at our gameplay, and we believe that if we play our game, we are the strongest team. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen too often now, because we're still in a, I don't want to say early phase because we're together like for 2 months now, so it's like a bad excuse. But there's so many things in the league you can iron out. Some small decision making, how do you want to get vision, all those things are not ideal yet, but we're getting there.
Was it a bit surprising when you got the call from Carlos, I would assume, to, hey, I want you to coach my team now?
Yeah, it was I always hoped for it, again, as I said, like every coach has high confidence in himself. So I definitely thought I'm up for the task. But then getting actually the message from him was like, oh, it's actually happening. Like, okay. Sounds good, actually. Funnily enough, I was like maybe a day away from signing somewhere else. So yeah, it was kind of lucky how it all got together. I'm happy.
Lucky little incidents right there. And I, for those that don't know, he's a really huge Dortmund and Liverpool fan, huge fan of Jürgen Klopp, of course. Yeah. And Jürgen Klopp went from Mainz to Dortmund, to Liverpool eventually, after he had a lot of success at Dortmund. Is G2 going to be your personal Dortmund?
I hope it's my Liverpool. Liverpool is a bit behind us standing still, and G2 as well. So I plan, hopefully, to be here for a long time and be successful. And I mean, yeah, Klopp is an idol for sure. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to be dressed like him. Like I have to be in a suit or like at least business casual, which is pretty annoying, by the way. And so yeah, but I hope so at least that G2 will be a long part of my career.
So who's your Mohamed Salah right now?
I mean, it's Perks now. I don't want to differentiate between players, but it shows in like tight moments like in this game that he has the most experience on a big stage and that he can actually keep calm and then make a call that helps the teammates. So we're not building around him, but he just shines the most at the moment.
Yeah, it definitely showed that game for sure. Is there anything you would like to say to the plenty of G2 fans out there?
So thanks for supporting us. I hope those games don't make it too crazy. I hope nobody had to go to the doctor afterwards. And I will promise you guys that in like the next months you will see cleaner games, more relaxed games, and we'll show the same dominance as the old G2. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. This was Grabbz from G2 Esports, of course, and Darius from the Shotcaller. Hope you had a good day. See you then. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that interview. This is a generic end card, so make sure to click here for another interview or here for a different interview. And if you want to check out more content, specifically from the NALCS, make sure to visit theshotcaller.net for more interviews and other esports content. Have a good day.